Hello guys, welcome to another video in the series of coding. Today we're going to do the problem which is called subarrays with distinct integers. So you're given an array A of positive integers. You have to find a subarray which is good. So what is a good subarray? It has exactly the given number of integers. So let's try to take example to understand. Let's take this example 1 2 1 3 4. 1 2 1 3 4. And let us say that it is a good subarray only when it has exactly three distinct integers. Okay, for example, in this subarray, if you take, it has three distinct integers, right? 1 2 and 3. Okay, it has three distinct integers. But let's say you try to take this subarray, it has two distinct integers. This is not a good subarray. What about this subarray? This is also not good, right? Even though it has the length 3, but we care of three distinct integers. So all the three integers should be distinct. In this case, we have only two distinct integers. One is repeating, right? So only 1 and 2 are different. So in this case, this is also not a good subarray. You can have something like this also. This is also not a good subarray. Okay, so for example, here all the numbers are distinct, but it is crossing the threshold 3. We need exactly three distinct integers. So how do we solve this question? Now this question is an extension of another easier problem, and that easier problem is find the subarray with at most three distinct integers. Finding that this type of solving this type of problem is easier, right? Because when you have to find at most three distinct integers, it's easy. You can just use the sliding window technique and you can find that. Let's see how do we solve that question, and then we'll come back to this question. Suppose you are given to find the subarrays, number of subarrays which have at most three integers. Okay, so let us start from the first subarray. Okay, we are going to use the sliding window, famous sliding window and two pointer technique. Suppose this is one, right? This is one subarray. Okay, so this is the begin pointer, this is the end pointer. So now we have one subarray which is not crossing the threshold of 3. So we have to, in this case, when you have to find at most three distinct integers, you can take the subarray with one distinct integer, with two distinct integer, with three distinct integer. You can take all those subarrays, right? Everything is going to be included. So you can take all the subarrays with one distinct integer, with two distinct integer, as well as three distinct integer. But you cannot take the subarray with four distinct integer, right? So at most three distinct integer, you can take all these subarrays. So let us note this and let us try to find those subarrays. So in this case, we have one subarray with one distinct integer as of now. So this is our count. Now let us go forward. Let us try to expand this window. Okay, so when we expand this window, basically we are moving one pointer and we are shifting the pointer front. So we have two integers now, two distinct integers, right? And how do we know we have two distinct integers? We can store them in, let's say, a map data structure. We have one with a count 1, we have 2 with a count 1. So the size of the map is 2, right? There are two numbers right now. There are two numbers which are there in our current window. So we get this subarray also, but we don't get only this subarray, we get this subarray as well. We get this entire subarray, but we also get the subarray 2. That is also included in our answer. So our answer will increment by 2 because you are adding two new subarrays, right? So whenever you are moving this pointer, you are taking the ending point as this, but your starting point will remain as the previous pointer. So you are going to add two subarrays here, one which is only the single element 2, one which is this entire subarray. So you have 2, right? So your count will increment by 2. Okay, now again we will expand our window. We will try to see how longer can we keep on expanding. So now when we expand, okay, we in our map actually we will increment the count. So our map will change. What will our map become? Our map will become, there is element 1 with a count of 2, there is element 2 with a count of 1. Okay, still our map size is 2 because we just have 2, right? We only have two distinct integers. One is something which is just repeating. So the size of the map is 2. So in this case, what will be your count? Your count will increment by how much? Your count will increment by 3 because you will get 3 subarrays which are satisfying this condition, at most 3. We are not yet crossing this threshold, right? All the subarrays here ending at 1. So this subarray and this subarray, all the 3 subarrays are satisfying the condition for having at most 3 distinct integers, right? They are not crossing the threshold. So we can take all the 3 new subarrays. So we have added 3. Okay, now let us try to expand it again. Now let us expand this subarray. So we get this, right? So we get 1 2 1 3. This is the new subarray that we get. Now we have added, okay, one more element. One new element we have added, but the size of the map is 3. It is not exceeding 3, right? We can include all the subarrays which are having size at most 3, distinct integers, not size, sorry, distinct integers at most 3, right? So this subarray is also having distinct integers at most 3. It is not exceeding the limit. So you can take all the subarrays which are ending at 3. This subarray, this subarray, this subarray, this subarray, all the subarrays will satisfy the condition. So your answer will be plus 4. Okay? Your answer will be plus 4 because you took 4 new subarrays which are ending at 3. Okay? You took 4 new subarrays. One is this subarray, this subarray, this subarray, and this subarray. You need not check those subarrays. You know that this will satisfy the condition. Okay? So we are having, we added the count 4. Now let us move our pointer again and let us try to take this subarray. Now in this case, whenever you take this subarray, your size of the map, what will happen to the size of the map? As soon as you take 4, right, you will add one new element 4 with a count 1. So the size of the map is going to be 4 because you have 4 distinct integers. So size of the map is 4. You are crossing this threshold. So the threshold was 3. You cannot have more than 3 distinct integers. But in this case, you got 4 distinct integers because the size of the map is 4. So you cannot take this, right? This subarray is not a valid subarray. So what do you have to do? You cannot take this subarray, means you cannot take any subarray which is any subarray like this. Any subarray which is starting at this and ending at this subarray is not valid. Okay, but you can have some subarray ending at this, right? You can have this subarray is a valid one, right? This subarray is also a valid one. This subarray is also a valid one, right? So how do you find out? So there are valid subarrays which are ending at 4, but there are not any valid subarrays which are starting at this point. So you will have to change the starting point. Okay, you will have to change the starting point. So let me change the starting point. Okay, so in this case, now I will change my starting point for the very first time. So I will change the starting point because I can have subarrays ending here, but I need to change the starting point for that. So now when you do this, okay, now when you do this, this is your map. You removed 1, right? So the count of 1 will also decrement. So what will be the count of 1? Count of 1 will become 1 now. Okay. Still the map size is 4. So you cannot still include this subarray because this subarray also has 4 distinct integers, but you are allowed only at most 3. So what you have to do? Again, you have to try to shift. You have to try to shift your subarray. This will become your subarray because you are moving this pointer. So now you have this subarray, you remove 2. Now when you remove 2, okay, this will be your map. Now the size of the map is 3 only. You have 3 distinct integers. This is allowed, right? This is allowed because this is passing our condition with at most 3. So now when this is allowed, you can, how many new subarrays will you get? You will get this subarray is allowed, this subarray is allowed, this subarray is allowed. So you will get these 3 new subarrays. Okay, so this is your total count. Okay, now what will happen next time? Next time you can expand this window, right? You can expand this window now. So now you will try to expand this window and you will try to move here. This pointer will go out of bounds, right? This pointer will go out of bounds. Nothing is there here. So this will be your final answer. Okay, so the number of subarrays which are having at most 3 is what? 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 3, 13, 13. Okay. Now, but what was the question? We have to find the number of subarrays which are having exactly 3. So how do you find that? So see, it is simple. We found at most 3, right? Similarly, we will find the subarrays which are having at most 2. Okay, which are having at most 2. From this number, if you subtract this number, you will get the number of subarrays which are having exactly 3 distinct elements. Okay, so we have 13 subarrays which were having at most 3. Okay, we will try to find the number of subarrays which were having at most 2 integers. If we subtract that count, okay, if we subtract that count from this, we will get the number of subarrays which are having exactly 3 distinct integers. So how do we find at most 2? Let's quickly do that also. Now we know the technique. Now we will very quickly try to find the answer for at most 2. Okay, let me just erase all this and let us try to find the answer for at most 2. So let me erase this. Okay, let us start to find out the subarrays which are having at most 2 distinct integers, and we'll do it quickly. Now we know the technique. So we start with the initial 2 pointers. We have to find the number of subarrays which are having at most 2 elements. So in the map we will insert 1, okay, and it is having a count of 1. So we'll insert that and we'll keep a count here, right? So initially our count is 1. because we are having one integer. Now let's try to expand this. We can always include the subarrays which are having at most two distinct integers. Okay, so this, now when we take this, what happens, we are including the element 2 and it has a count of 1. So map is not exceeding the threshold, right? We are having two integers which are different, that is accepted, that is accepted. So we got two new subarrays, we got this subarray as well as this subarray. So we will increment our count and we will increment it by 2. Okay, now we'll try to expand the window. So we'll expand the window. So now what happens? Your count of 1 will change. Your count of 1 will change from 1 to 2. Still the size of the map is 2 only. So this is also accepted. So you can take all these 3 subarrays. So your count will increment by 3. Okay. Now again we'll try expanding. So we'll try expanding. Now what happens, for the first time you have a map which has a size greater than the limited threshold. Okay, so you can take only at most 2, but you are having 3 distinct numbers, so you cannot take this unless what, unless you remove this. So what we'll do, we will remove this particular element and we will go like this. Now when we remove that element, right, the count of 1 decremented to 1. Okay, still we have 3 distinct elements, so this is also not accepted, right? Now we'll try removing this, we'll try removing 2. Once we remove 2, count of 2 will become equal to 0. Once count of 2 becomes equal to 0, you will remove that from the map. So now what is your map? This is your map, 1 with a count of 1, 3 with a count of 1. So there are only 2 numbers in your map, right? So this is accepted, there are only 2 numbers in your map. Okay, let me mark that subarray. We have this subarray, this is accepted, right? We have these two subarrays. Okay, where are our start and end pointers? These are our start and end pointers. So we have an acceptable range, so we can add 2. Okay, now let us go forward. So we will try to expand the subarray. So in this case, when we expand the subarray, you will get a new element 4. You will get a new element 4 in the map which is having count 1. Now the size of the map is 3, which is exceeding this threshold. So in this case, you will have to remove this because you cannot accept this. So this will be your new size and you are removing 1. So you are removing 1 and the size of the count of 1 will become equal to 0. So you can remove that. So now you have two subarrays which are acceptable, right? Because they are at most 2 distinct integers. So you can improve, you can increase your count. Now we will try to expand the array. Once we try to expand our sliding window, this is going out of bounds. So this will be our final answer. What is that? 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10. So your answer is 10. Okay. So for at most 3, okay, at most 3, the answer was, let me write it. For at most 3, the answer was 13. There were 13 subarrays. Okay, in these 13 subarrays, there were some subarrays which are having 1. There were some subarrays which are having distinct integers 2. There were some subarrays which are having distinct integer 3. At most 2, the answer is 10. In this, there are some subarrays which are having distinct integer 1. Some subarrays which are having distinct integer 2, right? So from 13, if you subtract 10, 13 minus 10 is 3. 3 will be your answer because 13 includes all these 3 types. Okay, and 10 includes only these 2 types. So if you remove these 2 types, you will get the subarrays which are having only exactly 3 distinct integers. So that will be 3. Okay, so let us now go forward to coding this question. So this is the main part of this question. So you have to just find b is the integer that is given. For example, in our example which we took, b was 3. So you have to first of all find the answer for at most 3 distinct integers allowed, and you have to subtract at most 2 distinct integers allowed. That will be your answer. Now we will go into the at most function. So in this case, we use a 2 pointer and sliding window technique. So I is initially 0, j is 0, count is 0, and we keep on pushing the elements in the map. So I pointer is the pointer which is moving at the beginning, and j pointer is the pointer which is behind I. Okay, so j is the start and I is the end. I goes in the beginning. So I mean, no, not to confuse, let me show it here. So we were using 2 pointers, right? So I is this pointer and j is the pointer which is behind. Okay, so I is the pointer which keeps moving front and j is the pointer which is always behind and moves in this direction. So I means which is the which is at this part. You can either call it start or end. It just matters from where you are seeing it. But okay, so I is the pointer which is from here, and j is the pointer which is behind. So in this case, whenever we find a new element, right, or if an element is repeating, it doesn't matter. I is the element that we have to take, right? So we just include it in our map. But while including this element, if the size exceeds b is our allowed threshold. If the size exceeds b, in that case, you have to, right, whenever the size exceeds b, you cannot include the element. You will have to start removing the elements. So what you will do, you will find in the map, you will find the element at the jth position, and you will remove it. If removing it makes its count to 0, you can remove it from the map. Okay, so you will remove it from the map and you will move the j ahead. So you have to keep removing elements until your size is within this threshold. If your size comes within the threshold, right, if it again comes in the range which is acceptable, which is b, then it is fine. Otherwise you can keep removing the elements and moving j pointer front. Okay, so whenever it is within the range, it will come out of this loop, and when it comes out of this loop, size will be within the range. When size is within the range, you can add your count. So you will add the count, and count will be this, because for example, in this you have to count how many subarrays will you count. 1, 2, 3. 3 subarrays you will count, right? New. So I in this case is 2, j in this case is 0. So you will count 2 minus 0 plus 1. 3 subarrays you will get. 1, 2, 3. All the 3 subarrays you will get. So that's why you will include the count, and you will move your I forward. You can return count. So that's it. And let us submit the code and see if it's working. So it's working. That's it. Thank you for being patient and listening.